Good morning. If you're just watching this on recording, make sure that you get, for today, get a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt. You can use a dog leash. You can use a towel. Anything that's long enough for you to put your foot in and to hold. So you don't want to be straining and having a little tiny tea towel. Have it a little bit longer so that you can hold. And a block. If you don't have a block, you can use it. My block's a little dusty apparently. You can use a couple of books or a book, a thick book. You could use a pillow for some things. You don't want to really balance on a pillow. We're using it for balancing, but today we're using a block and a strap. All right, so sit up nice and tall. Wiggle around a little bit. My blanket's making me crazy. Oh, that's better. Get the extra wiggles out. Lengthen through the crown of your head, root through the sit bones. Imagine that there is a marionette string out of the crown of your head. And instead of imagining it going down the spine, imagine it being in the center mass of your body, all the way down through the pelvic floor, attached to the chair. And it just gives you a gentle tug and makes you just gently sit up. You can feel your pelvic floor kind of pull off of your bones, off your hip bones, your femur bones. You're not tucking your belly inward, you're kind of lifting it up a little bit. You're not squeezing to stop the flow of urination. It's just a little lift. And tune into your breath. Let your belly soften. Let your shoulders soften, your feet, your hands. Feel nice and tall. Bringing awareness to your breath and right to that string in the center of the mass of your body. Feel the organs. Feel the lungs. Feel the heart. Turn your head to the right. Take the fingertips on your left hand and place them back behind your right ear. And then open your elbow up to the back. Stretch across your chest. Breathe. Drop your chin down, lift your elbow up. Bring your chin up to the ceiling. Drop your elbow slightly. Bring your chin back to facing neutral. Relax your hand down to your lap. Turn your head to face forward. Find your length. Shoulders stacked over hips. Turn your head left. Place your right fingertips behind your left ear. And open your elbow back in space. Take your chin down, lift your elbow up. Take your chin up, lowering the elbow. Chin back to neutral, release your hand back to your lap, bring your head forward. Drop your chin forward. Just do nice and slow little no motions, just rocking your head side to side, as if you're brushing your nose on the table. Make them bigger, as if you're alternating placing your ear on the table. Keep making these big no motions side to side and slowly bring your head back up. Keep moving your head side to side. Stack your head back on top of your spine. Big no. And relax. Roll your shoulders a little bit. So officially, right at this very moment, the first time I've had a horrible hot flash during taping. Ooh, Angela might have to go find Lasco. Stop laughing at me. All right, get your strap. I can probably bite my own fan. Get your strap in your hands. And I want you to hold strap, dog leash, whatever belt you're using. I want you to hold it out about 45 degrees on either side, but I want you to have a nice soft grip with your hand, so you're not holding it for dear life. Okay, we're gonna set it down, lengthen through the crown. And take an inhale and just slowly start to rise. You have a little bit of tension in the strap, but not a lot. Your hands are soft, and then come right back down. A nice, slow, gentle motion. If your inhale and exhale are much shorter than the movement, that's okay. Maybe you take 2 breaths to go up. So I want you to go nice and slow. Nice and slow all the way up so that it's on the crown of your head. If you're able to. If you can't go that high, just go as high as you can. But go nice and slow. Keep it supported. No jerky movements. And do it one more time. All the way up. Hold in the up. Take a nice big breath. And then let your hands slide. The strap slide through your hands as you let it fall behind your back. Feel stretch in the front of your shoulder, the front of your chest. Let it hang. Drag it around to the front. Place it back in your hands. We're just going to bring our arms up to shoulder level. Nice and level. Lengthen through the crown, and we're going to rotate to the right. Don't bend your arms. Just go as far as you can. Back to center. And go over to the left. And come back. And lower down. And relax. Roll out your shoulders if you'd like. All right, we're going to go across the back. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to take the strap behind your back. So you just have a little piece over here. You're going to hold on to that, and you're just going to use the other hand to pull your arm over. Just pull as far as you feel comfortable. You don't have to pull a long ways. You should feel a stretch to the front of your shoulder and a little bit down and through your bicep. Try and stay seated tall. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So slowly pull it out, slide it through. The other one goes back behind you. Breathe. relax, slide your arms out, release the strap, pull the strap in front. Shake it out, roll it around. Give it a little massage if you want to, squeezing through the shoulder, your thumb through that chest, your fingers the top part of your back. And we're going to transition to our legs. So keep your haunches against the back of the chair. Lasso both feet to start, but hold your feet out to hip width. So don't squeeze them together. Lengthening up nice and tall. You can hold your strap in either hand or you can hold them together in the center. It's totally up to you. Lengthen tall. Pull the hammock up off the femur bones. Deep breath. Exhale and assist your legs up for a lift. Holding onto your strap. Elbows should be close to your body so you're not reaching way forward. Feet are softly flexed so that your toes are up. Micro bend in your knees. Lengthen through your crown. Lift a little bit higher. And then further flex your feet, drawing your toes back towards you. You may feel a stretch on the bottoms of your feet, all the way down the back of your leg, into your glutes. You may feel it all the way up your back, into the crown of your head. Dip your chin forward. Breathe. Put your chin up to the ceiling. Relax your toes. Relax your feet. Slowly lower your feet down and bring your head back down. And relax. Shake them out. Stomp them around. We're going to alternate using the right foot first. We still have our haunches up against the back of the chair so that we have more leg on the chair for more support. More leg on the chair means less weight in your arms. Okay. Right foot starting, lengthen tall, deep breath. Exhale, lift the leg up. Micro bend in the knee. Using the strap to help support the weight of the leg. All the way up to the hip joint, rotate toes out. And take toes in. And bring toes back up. Open your leg out to about a 45-degree angle. Lengthen through your crown. Take the right arm the opposite direction. Turn your head and look at your right hand, opening your body up in opposite sides. Breathe. Squeeze through the glutes to help support the legs. And bring everything back to face forward and relax down. And switch sides, left leg. Strap together in both hands. Deep breath, lengthen. Exhale, flex and lift. Micro bend in the knee. Lengthen through the crown. Rotate the whole leg so the toes face out. Come back so the toes face inward. And bring the toes up to the ceiling. Take the leg out to 45-degree. Take the right arm out, turning your head, looking at your right hand. Breathe and lengthen. And bring everything back forward. And relax it down. And release. Shake it out. Lots of stuff with our hands. We'll take a moment to give our hands a break. We're going to take our right hand palm up, left hand is going to come over top of all 5 fingers, and you're going to press through your fingers, pressing the wrist back. Keep the elbow in close. And then you're just going to put more pressure towards the pinky, and then switch and take more pressure over towards the thumb. Just going to alternate, kind of going back and forth, the pinky to thumb. And then relax, and you can either take your hand on the back of your palm or taking all your fingers together and drawing them into your wrist, into your forearm. Same thing, kind of taking the pulling towards the pinky side and take it over to the thumb side. Kind of taking it back and forth. Don't pull so much you have any crunching. If you have any crunching, pull back on it a little bit. Draw the fingers away a little bit. Crunching is not good, but I'm sure you know that. Relax your hand, wiggle your fingers, open it wide. Roll your wrists in big circles. Both directions. And we'll do the other side, left hand up, right hand comes over all 5 fingers. Pressing the fingers back, opening the wrist. And then go from the pinky to the thumb, alternating the pressure across the wrist from side to side. And relax, releasing, holding the back of your hand or the fingers. Draw them in and side to side. No crunching allowed. And relax, open your hand, wiggle your fingers up. Roll your wrist around. Go the other direction. Right, we're going to do some of our standing balances. Put the chair off to the end of the mat with the seat facing you. I want to take my feet out of the frame, exactly. All right, we're just going to do a couple of slow flows, one on each side. Stand 4 to 6 inches away from your chair. Take a nice deep breath, bringing your arms up, arching your upper back, head looks up, then come to flat back, butt goes back, hands come to the seat of your chair. And I want you to rock forward and back on your feet, on your toes and on your heels, stretching through your legs a little bit. Gentle grip on the chair with your hands. And you're going to take the right leg back as far as you can and still press your heel into the floor. Your left knee is going to stack right on top of that left ankle. You're going to peek down and make sure that your feet are hip width apart at the minimum, so that you have a nice wide foundation. You can rotate your right toes out a little bit if that's more comfortable. It will release some of the stretch in your calf if you rotate your toes out too far. Want your head to look at the back of the chair or towards the back of the seat of the chair. Draw the belly in, lengthen through the crown, press to the heel of the foot. Root your left foot into the floor. strengthening through the left quad, the left glute, that whole left upper leg. The weight of your right hand is going to go into the chair. Your left hand is either going to come to your hip or it's just going to open up. So you can keep it on your hip if you want, or open up. Breathe. Try and resist pushing your left hip way over there. Keep it in a line with your legs. Slowly bring your hand back down. Twisting to face forward. Drawing your right foot forward a couple of inches. Take the left one back there, hip width apart. Press your hips back into down dog. Now you can stay utilizing the chair, or you can transition to down dog on the floor if you want to. It's totally up to you. Pedal your feet, lifting and lowering your heels. Keep your knees bent. Lifting your head and torso up. Step your right foot forward. Lift your left leg behind you. Foot is flexed. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Spin your pinky toe towards the floor so you can level out your hips better. If you want to lift your right arm, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine. Lengthening from fingertips to the toes. Lower the arm down, lower the foot down. Feet are hip width apart. And take a nice deep breath and come all the way up. All the way up. Little upper back arch, head looks up, and then hinge as your hips come forward, flat back, hands down to the chair. We're going to do the other side. All right, this one is the left foot back as far as you can go and press your heel into the floor. Stack your right knee on your right ankle. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. Keep down there and check. Then bring your head back up and look at the back of the chair. Flatten your back. Breathe. Weight goes to the left hand. Right hand either comes to your hip or just starts opening up. Resist the urge to push that right hip way forward or way to the side. Keep them in line with your feet. Hand can remain at your hip if you want. Breathe. Slowly lower down. Realign your body in line with your feet. Draw your left foot forward a few inches. Take your right one back next to it. Press your hips back into downward dog. You can modify that if you'd like. Lift and lower your heels. Keep your knees bent. You can rock side to side as you lift and lower if you want to. Bringing your head and torso up. Step your left foot forward and lift your right one behind you. Spin your pinky toe down towards the mat so you flatten your hips. You can play with that, see how that feels differently. If you spin your pinky toe out to the right, your hip lifts up and tries to open. Spin that pinky toe down, let your hip point to the floor. You can lift the left arm if you want, or just keep holding and breathing. Lower the arm, lower the leg. Feet are hip width apart. Forward fold either on elbow, forehead, or step away from the chair and forward fold on your own without the support. It's totally up to you. Bend into your knees and let your belly lay on your thighs, your torso. You can rock or not rock. You can shake your head or not shake your head. Bend into your knees a little bit more. Start to lift your head and torso. Deep breath. Take it all the way up. Squeeze your butt. Exhale down. Shake it out. We're going to work our way to the floor. Get your chair out of the way. And I haven't forgotten about the block. It's for the ground. So make sure you can reach it once you get there. And we're going to start seated. I actually want you to start with your left leg straight out in front of you, the right knee bent, and I want you to put the block underneath that right thigh for support. Anytime we do a one-legged forward like this, you can always use a block for support. Today, we're all going to work on finding supports that help keeping that leg up, situated so it feels comfortable. This is where you could also use a pillow for this particular one. Lengthen through the crown of the head, nice and tall. Your chest is facing straight over that left foot. Left arm, inhale up. Exhale, hinge at the hip and come forward. Let the arm float down to the leg. Now, if you want to break from that for a moment and use the strap instead, you can just inhale up. Exhale, grab the strap with the left leg or left hand. Using the strap will help you relax the knee more. Without the strap, your knee kind of doesn't know what to do. It wants to either lock out or it wants to draw and relax the tension. If you put the tension in the strap instead, your knee can kind of relax. You can tuck that block up further, or book or pillow or whatever if you need to, or you can draw it out a little bit if you have more flexibility in the hip. If you're using the strap, put all of the strap in your left hand. If you're not, just place your left hand on your thigh, or on your shin, sorry. And I want you to stay leaning forward, but open up to the right. Hand can come to your hip, or you can take the hand out to the side. Breathe. And come back facing forward. Lengthen through the crown, come up tall. We're going to switch sides. So take the right leg out, bend the left knee, put the block or pillow or whatever you want underneath the left outer thigh knee area. Lasso the right foot if you want to. Make sure your chest is facing directly towards that foot. Toes are gently flexed. Whether you're using the strap or not, take your right arm, inhale it up. Exhale, bending forward, relaxing the arm down, grabbing the strap if you want to, or actually lassoing it at that point is fine too. Lengthen through the crown, soften through the knee. There's still that micro bend in the knee. We don't want to be locked. If you're using this strap, put both straps in the right hand. If you're not, just put your hand on your shin or ankle. Open up to the left side. Hand can remain on your hip, or it can be open. Slowly come back forward. Lengthen through the crown and then come up nice and tall. Draw your knees in. Scoot yourself down and roll yourself back onto your back. We're going to start we're going to do the bridge with the block or pillow or book, whatever you got. We're going to put the block, the short end of the block, if you're using the block, you're going to put up against your hip. You can feel where your hip bones are, your SI joints are setting on the mat. So you can rock your hips forward and back and feel those SI joints. That is where we're going to put the book, the block, the pillow, whatever it is that you're going to drop. You don't want to put it in the small of your back, where your back naturally arches. That's not where you want to put it. We don't want to make that arch more accentuated. We're supporting the hips in the back in this area, okay? So I want you to have your knees bent, your feet hip width apart. Root into the soles of your feet. Engage through your thighs. Imagine you're holding a little pillow or ball between your knees. I want you to lift your hips up off the floor far enough to slide whatever you got underneath those hip bones. That SI joint. That SI joint is centered in the middle of whatever you got, not the small of your back. Just lay your hips on that block or book or whatever you have. A block is kind of cushiony, soft. A pillow might be too cushiony and don't get a lot of support, but try and push it further down and so it doesn't roll up into your low back if you have a pillow. Just let our back rest for a moment. And you can play with different positions of your legs. You can leave them just like they are, or you can slide maybe the right foot out. See how that feels. Or slide them, switch and slide the left. See if you can relax like that, or you can slide them both out. I will tell you, I cannot slide both of them out because I have SI joint malfunctioning. So I'm just very happy with both knees bent. You may want to walk your feet together and open your knees out. It's another option. You may want to walk your feet out and draw your knees together. You may just want to walk your feet out wide and your knees stacked over your ankles. This is a restorative pose for the low back. You're giving it a little bit of stretch while your hips are stacked up. To come out of this pose, make sure that you bring your feet back to hip width apart. You root the soles of your feet into the ground. You engage your glutes, engage your thighs, really press through them. Use your arms if you want to as well to help lift your butt up enough so you can push that block out or whatever it is, or grab it and drag it out, whichever. And then just flop your knees side to side, right in the position you're at. All right, we're going to bring our knees into our chest and put the block, pillow, book, whatever between your thighs. Put your hands to either side. You can be in cactus arms, you can be in Y arms, you can be in T arms, whichever is more comfortable. Having the knees into your body, I want you to roll your hips to the right. Keep holding that block or pillow. Rolling them over to the right. getting that support in between your legs. You can also have a second block or pillow and put it, if you can't reach your right side of the floor, you can put it underneath so you don't twist as far. Keep your arms open, stretches across your chest. You can straighten the top leg, left leg if you want, or keep it all tucked in. Turn your head to the left. Bring your left arm over, start to roll your upper body so that your shoulders are stacked, facing the right, and then you can push everything back off to roll back to the center onto your back. Roll around a little bit if you want to. Reposition the block or whatever you're using if you need to. And we're going to go to the other side. Stick your arms out to the side in whatever position you'd like. Draw the knees in as far as you can before you start to roll over to the left. Rolling onto something else, a cushion or a bigger pillow is an option. Once you get over there, you can straighten your leg or not. Straightening your leg creates more activation. It makes your stretch more active, makes your muscles work a little bit more. If you're not into working muscles today, you can just lay there. Turn your head to the right. Fill your lungs up. Be sure you're not shortening your breath. Start rolling your upper body to the left. So everything is lined up together before you roll onto your back again. Very nice. We still have that block between our knees. We're going to take our strap and we're going to lasso both feet. So maybe you have to release the block to lasso first and then put the block back. Whatever works. Our knees are bent to start. Block is between our knees. Take a deep breath. Exhale and take your feet to the ceiling, drawing them hip width apart, squeezing into that block. Use your inner thighs. Feet are gently flexed and just rock side to side from hip to hip. Using the strap to help support. Holding onto that block. Or whatever you've got. If you have a skinny book, you'll realize the thicker the book, the easier it is. Of course, the thicker the book, the heavier it is too. So be careful. Now start rocking forward and back. Keep squeezing onto that block. Use your arms bending and straightening to help facilitate the rocking. The closer you bring your legs, the more stretch you're going to feel in the back of the legs. Then just line those heels up with the hips. Let them balance. You can bend into the knees more if you need to. Squeeze the block. Squeeze the block and release the grip on the strap. You're not holding it tight. Your fingers are relaxed. Squeeze the block. Squeeze the block. Bend your knees. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep squeezing. Bending your knees. Strap is relaxed. All the way down to the floor. And relax. Holding that block between your knees. Tilt your hips forward and back. rocking your hips forward and back, squeezing your butt when you rock them back, relaxing when you rock it forward. Your block is between your knees, but you're not squeezing it for all it's worth anymore. It's just there. You're keeping it from falling. Hips are in neutral, arms are at your side, relax. Feet are hip width apart. Root into the soles of your feet. Now we're not pretending we have a ball. We actually have something between our knees to hold on to. Squeeze your glutes. Don't let your hips rock and flatten your back though. Just squeeze through the glutes. We're in lift-off position where everything is squeezing and we're ready to just lift our butt up off the mat, but we're not going to, at least not yet. Squeeze, feel the afterburners, feel everything shake. Breathe, and then let it all relax. Don't drop your block or whatever you got. Again, root the feet. Hold on to the block between your knees. Squeeze your glutes. Engage through your thighs. Don't let your back flatten to the floor. Feel the afterburners. Feel everything firing up. All the way down. Soften your belly. Big breath into your belly so you know it's nice and soft. And relax your belly. Big inhale into your belly. Push your belly out. And as you exhale, let everything relax. Release the block from your inner thighs. Open your feet to the outside edges and flop back and forth. Releasing any tension through our legs. Both knees right. Coming on the outside edges of your feet. Press your left hip forward. Relax your right leg. Get a good front of your thigh stretch. Release. Draw your knees up. Flop side to side. Both knees left, rolling up on the sides of your feet. Engage the right glute, press the hip forward, get a good front thigh stretch. And relax. Flop them side to side. Draw both knees into your chest. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, cannonball. Inhale, release. Exhale, cannonball. Inhale, release. Place your feet to the floor. Get all of your stuff out of your way. Blocks, your straps. And prepare yourself for savasana. Do a few more rolls if you want, bending or straightening, or self-massage, squeezing any part of your body that may got overworked a little. Get all of your creature comforts, your blankets and your pillows, your eye mask. Bring yourself to stillness. Find the stillness in your breath, stillness in your muscles. Today we're going to do an engaging relaxation. So I want you to start with your right butt cheek. I want you to squeeze that glute as hard as you possibly can. And then I want you to make that squeeze go all the way down that right leg into your foot. You can flex or point your toes, whichever feels more active to you. Squeeze, 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 just the right leg, and then relax and let it go. We're going to do cross body. So instead of the other leg, we're going to do the left shoulder. So I want you to squeeze the left shoulder into the body, feel it in the chest, feel it in the upper back, squeeze, and then energetically all the way down the arm, make a fist, squeeze, and then relax it completely. Just let it fall to the side. Then we're going to go down to our left leg. Squeeze the left glute, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Energetically make that go all the way down the leg into the foot, squeezing everything, keeping it active. Breathe and relax. Release it. Right shoulder, draw it into the body. Feel the chest, feel the upper back, feel all of that engaged. Make a fist, squeeze it all tight and relax. Squeeze both glutes, squeeze both shoulders. Squeeze into the torso. Feel like everything's coming into the center of your belly. Squeeze and relax. Scrunch up your face. Close your eyes really tight. Draw your nose in, draw your mouth in. Scrunch it all up, really tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then let your face relax. Softening through your brow, your eyes, your jaw. Softening through your shoulders, your back and your chest. Softening all the way down your arms. Soften through your belly, through your glutes. All the way down each leg. Allow them to soften, come to stillness. Maybe they feel exhausted from the squeezing. Give in to it. Release it. Take a few more breaths as you just come into your body, letting it relax to the floor. Draw your awareness to your mind, where your mind is trying to go. And I want you to imagine that your mind is full of blackness and dark. You can't see, you can't think. Nothing but wondering what's around you, where you're at, and where you're going. The darkness behind your eyes, the darkness in your mind. And imagine through the darkness that the sun begins to rise. Far off into the east, you start to see the light begin to grow at the horizon. So dark because there was no stars, because it's cloudy. But the sun is peeking at the horizon, casting its light through the clouds, making all kinds of colors and shapes. The horizon slowly begins to get lighter and lighter. Light bouncing off the clouds. You just start to see the very tip top of the sun as it breaks the barrier of the horizon. The little arc of light starts to rise a little higher. More of the sun becomes visible. The sun rises a little bit higher, and just as it gets to the halfway mark, the top of the sun has met the clouds and begins to disappear. The colors are bright and brilliant across the sky, making for great pictures. Where is your sun rising over? Is it rising over a mountain? Is it rising over the ocean? Is it rising over the field? Fill in more pictures, more details of where your sunrise is happening. It's the sunrise of your mind. It can be wherever you want. It starts to rise up from the horizon and slowly begins to go behind the clouds. You can see where the sun is, but you just can't quite see it anymore behind the clouds. It's lighter, becoming day, and the clouds begin to part, one at a time, parting to the north. You begin to see bits more of the sun, too bright to look at. You start to feel the warmth on your face, shoulders. How does your position where you're at, how does it respond to the sun? The flowers open their face to the sun. Does the ocean reflect its brilliant light? Does the snow on the mountains begin to melt? The sun is up, clouds are dissipating. It's a new day, a new dawn, new beginning. How does your heart feel today? Does it feel like it's a new day with new possibilities? Or is it still dragging around yesterday's worries? Imagine that you could just take a pair of scissors and just cut that thread that is dragging yesterday's sorrows into today. Let it fall behind, freeing you from yesterday's worries, from yesterday's negativity, yesterday's burdens. Today is a new day, new choices, new opportunities, a new sunrise, a new heartbeat every few moments, a new breath. Take a nice deep breath. Feel the new day in your body. Resolve to walk away from yesterday's burdens, for today will have many of its own. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll your wrists and ankles. Bend and straighten your elbows and your knees. Shrug your shoulders. Squeeze and release your glutes. Rock your hips forward and back. Turn your head side to side. Get some motion through your body. Wake it back up. Get all the neurons firing. Straightening out your arms and legs. Stretch in opposite directions. Nice big stretch. And then relax. Let's do the right side only. Nice big stretch. And then switch over to the left side. Nice big stretch. Gently draw one knee at a time into your chest. You can roll for a moment if you'd like. Gently roll over onto your side, stacking your shoulders, hips, and knees. Giving your head some support. Let gravity transition. Think about the possibilities of your new day and how you're going to capture it and run with it. Gently peel yourself up off the mat. Find a comfortable seat. Lengthening through the crown, rooting through the sit bone. Drop your right ear to the right side and let your left arm relax off of your lap. Tuck your chin and roll to the center. Return your hand to your lap. Lift your head up. Ear to the left side. Slide your right arm off your lap. Tuck your chin and roll it to the center. Bring it back up. Turn the head to the right as far as you can. And then take it over to the left as far as you can. Bring it forward. Drop it down. Lift your head up to the ceiling. Chin lifted. And then let your chin relax. Let your jaw fall open. You can close your lips. And then bring your head back to neutral. Roll your shoulders forward, rounding your back. Letting your head fall forward slightly. And take the shoulders up to the ears and sit up tall. Round the shoulders to the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep the belly pulled in. And take the shoulders down. Lengthen through the crown. Make your neck feel long like a giraffe. And while your head is way up there above your shoulders, just turn your head side to side a little bit. And relax your shoulders. Taking a breath. Big fingers widen. Inhale, gather that air. Reach through the tips of your fingers. Exhale, push the air down into the ground. Taking another breath. Inhale, arms come up. Hands come together overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down to your chest. Let your eyes open. Bring yourself back to your room. And namaste.